Welcome to upstate New York, Syracuse University, and under the dome today we have a terrific clash in store. We believe we've got a great one in store today, and when you've got a team that makes it into the top 25, now when you go on the road, that's when you prove you belong. As we'll see, the number 23 team in the country, the North Carolina Tar Heels, taking on a team from the Big Ten, the Syracuse Orange. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Tar Heels will boot it away to start the game. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. A first down for the offense. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 after the 29.
Nice run there on first down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
What are y'all doing?
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. To the air, it's Vasco. Dances away. He'll pull it down. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense. You're putting it on your offensive line on 3rd down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
Line getting set on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Feeling some heat. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. He's looking downfield to throw. Trying to beat the D deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. The Orange will have to punt. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Bringing it back, it's Hamilton. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Here comes the offense on first down. They're going to throw it to start the drive. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. The Tar Heels want to crank the tempo.
And that is an all-too familiar sight. Listen, this team won last week, but they gave up 4 sacks. They got to protect this young man early in this game. Don't set the tone, and let's not go back to last week.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do...
He'll fire back across his body, and it's intercepted. What a momentum changer as he makes the interception and then takes the return up to the 50.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense, sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
He'll pitch it. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection. It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. He's going to pass. Quickly complete. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. And this junior loves to show off that big arm. Now, you might have the defense's head spinning a little bit now. Hit him with a big run, now they hit him with a big pass.
Man, it's so hard to defend both. You know that. Which coverage do I want to put? Do I want to put more people in the box to stop the run? When you've got this kind of balance on offense, the defense can't be right.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Back to pass, it's Vasco. Pressure coming. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. They're trying to get to it. Safe completion on the screen. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. He just didn't have a chance to get loose and make his way to that 1st down marker.
I think fans get upset sometimes. Like, run your route past the sticks so we get the 1st down. But nice job by the defense understanding where the sticks were and forcing the 4th down.
It's 4th down and 6, and they'll try to convert. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Incomplete, and the defense holds.
Man, that is a big-time drop right there. 4th down, opportunity to catch it, maybe get the 1st down. That is tough to swallow, but as a QB, I got to walk over to him and say, listen, dude, we're going to need you later on. I still believe it.
From the gun, the give, looking for room. Pushes the pile for a couple of yards down at the 12.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into...
And he's running in the open. He's at the 40. The 20. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Leaves it with the running back. And he'll pick up a few yards before he's dragged down, and that'll be the end of the 1st quarter. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. The play action fake. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
I love the play call there, too, because 2nd and short, defense is thinking you might run it. So you try to catch him off guard with the pass. Nothing there. Even if you throw an incompletion, you're...
And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, UNC! I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with a touchdown.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
Dropping back, it's Vasco. Quick strike complete. This guy runs with some attitude, discarding tacklers, and works his way to the 19. You can work your way down the field with these wide receiver screens, but also look for the opportunity to turn them into chunk plays later.
No doubt, you throw it quickly. You get it to him now. DB comes up, has to make a tackle. Now you fake it maybe a little bit later on. So these plays, they're not huge plays all the time, but they can set up big plays down the road for your offense.
Grabbed over the middle, it's Hatcher. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting post progression.
No huddle here for the offense. Off the play fake. Steps to his left, out of the pocket. He makes a catch. Still running at the 40. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. Syracuse right back at it.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
After the incompletion, it's second down. They'll leave it with him. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, there was just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front, and as a result, they lose yardage.
Seventh play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Back to throw, it's Vasco. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stops.
And the defense has to be kicking themselves for allowing a first down there. You're just maybe going to give them a few yards and let them set up for a field goal. Instead, you let them move the chains, and now they're knocking on your door, first and goal.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Syracuse. Up and over, Yamo be there into the end zone.
And you don't want to leave your feet very often in football, but this is one of those areas where you do. In the end zone, near the goal line, you smell it. A lot of bodies in front of you. Just get up, get over top of them, get that touchdown.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. Fair catch called for and made. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
A strike downfield. The expressway is wide open. Huge plays like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line. Barely time to catch our breath after that one, and they've got it first and 10, threatening just outside the red zone. He wants to throw. Fires deep toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Tar Heels. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And the scoring play comes on a touchdown pass from 22 yards out. The ball bounces through the... be a touchback. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal. Going for the screen. Oh, and he intercepts it. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, North Carolina. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Offense set on first down. The give to the back. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Looking for a man. It's Vasco. Gets it out fast. At midfield, he's got room. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
Now on first down from the 43. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
The quarterback had no shot on that play. He had a defender bearing down on him. He knew he was going to get hit. I think he should have just thrown that thing out of bounds. He's lucky that wasn't picked throwing into double coverage.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the back. And the ball is intercepted. He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36. The offense lining up for a first down play. He's looking to throw it. Get it out on the screen. Turns it on at midfield. He's out of bounds after a really nice game, but there is a marker on the field. The offense set for a first down play. Give to the back. And a decent gain there before the defense makes a stop.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Hines is back in the middle. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
The give to the fullback. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Here's first and goal, and they could go to the locker room with a huge cushion. Slams it ahead. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. And the Tar Heels moving quickly to the line. Trying to get in the end zone again. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They try to pop a run on the draw. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Looking for a man, it's Basco. Fires to the wideout. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. Touchdown, UNC! A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. I guess they're trying to send a message to start this second half, lined up for an onside kick.
Well, they're trying to pounce on their opponent with the lead in the second half, trying to steal a possession, but give the return team credit. They may not have been set up perfectly for that onside kick, but they're Johnny on the spot, and now their offense is licking their chops, hoping to go down and score.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Nice job by this defense. Listen, you got to understand, they're going to run the football. They're going to try to milk the clock, Jesse. They got the huge lead.
Haven't been a lot of good plays for this defense in this game so far, so can they build on that one? Can they create some turnovers here in the second half to get back in this game?
And good coverage by the defense, just a short game.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing game.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. Setting up the screen. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be fourth down.
And that's why as a defense you want to set up third and long situations. You just want to be able to keep the football in front of you. It's okay for that quarterback to hit the running back on that pass. Now you have all those bodies flying to the football. They're able to make a tackle.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. He's got it, and they convert. Afterburner's coming. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. The Tar Heels have it in scoring position on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Ball is loose. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Man, what a missed opportunity for this offense. They had a chance to get points. Now they turn the football over. But if I'm this defense, I'm ready to roll. I got them in the black zone. They got to go the length of the field, see if I can go make something happen and get this ball back to my offense.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Looking to throw, it's Basco. Got his man quickly. Oh, that's him grabbing air. And they'll get him down, but boy, did he put some dudes in the spin cycle. My goodness.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Trying to get to him. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
Great job by the DB covering deep. Listen, you always say deep to shallow, deep to shallow. Don't give up the big play. Great job by the DBs, seeing the football, going and breaking on it, and make sure the wide receiver doesn't make a big play.
Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Offense getting set for first down.
3-25.
Use the play fake, now to throw. He's moving out of the pocket. And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes. You use the play action to try to slow down the rush, make the defense hesitant. In that case, they weren't hesitant at all.
No, they weren't. And it was a nice job with respect to effort on defense. You saw guys engaged one-on-one. They got dudes beating some blocks, lots of speed in the front of that defense. And you saw it on that play.
Let's see if they can put the defense on its heels in 1st and 10.
29 Philly.
They go to the ground. Finds a crease at the 20. He is smashing people. Touchdown, Tar Heels. And the pummeling has started.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from this offense. Look, last week you found a way to win a close game. That's what you're supposed to do. But this offense looks like they're taking it to the next level, hitting their stride a little bit, finding out who they're going to be, and they've looked explosive today.
42, Syracuse, 7.
He brought that thing out of the end zone with the idea of making a play, but he wasn't even able to get back to the 25-yard line. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me.
Off he goes! And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them.
And that's a really good job on the defense, reacting to what they see. They see the quarterback flip it forward on the touch pass. Now I got to go get it, right? Corral that football. He picked up some yards, yeah, but you didn't give up that big explosive play, and now you have to make them earn it now on the next down.
After the good pickup on first down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. On the option. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down. Syracuse right back at it. They'll run the option. Quick toss. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run. Syracuse comes to the line on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And you got to get locked in the red zone. A lot of defensive coordinators, they'll tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big stop.
And lost ground on first down. Now 2nd and goal from the 5. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
Wants to throw for it on 3rd and goal. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter.
Easy. Keep it rolling. Yep. Tuna.
To the air, it's Vasco. Fires to the tight end. He was looking for the corner, and that corner could not be found. The defense sets the edge just in time to make the stop.
Syracuse 7.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Expect some pressure coming from the blitz. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the plate.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell in.
From the gun, running back gets to give. Picks up just a few before he's brought down, not really willing to take a risk there on 3rd and long. And the Tar Heels will send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin him deep. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. A fair catch is called for and made just across the 50-yard line. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work.
Let's go.
To the air on first down. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
At this point in the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here, because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Unloads to the wideout. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. Syracuse ready to go to work with another first down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space. Syracuse has a really nice drive going. They'll throw it from the red zone. Takes a hit as he fires. Finds his man down the middle. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Little touch pass to the receiver. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Orange. Once the game reaches this point, you start thinking ahead and how you can find something positive to take into the next game.
Dang right. Keep the offense rolling. Try to find some plays that I can use throughout this season that I can have some more success, or I guess have success. I haven't had a lot of success today, but I'm looking for the future.
The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
Some belief in that running game as they pick up 5 to the 35-yard line. 3rd and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
I got to say, the mental toughness that this team is showing early this season is real impressive. And going down the field and scoring on that last possession, putting themselves in position here to go 2-0, they're answering the bell. This team has leadership on both sides of the ball. Very, very impressive.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
Makes the catch. It's Blackwell. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
And this defense continuing to struggle with the passing game. Listen, these offenses are so sophisticated nowadays. They're hard to stop, man. And it's a new one every single week. And I say this game, this defense underperformed. They're better than what they've shown. They've gotten tortured.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. I don't think when the quarterback called out the Mike backer that he knew that the Mike backer was going to come calling on him quite so quickly.
No, it was good timing, right? Like, you don't want to show it too soon with the offensive lineman calling out and pick you up. You can tell did a good job buying a little bit of time, and then on the snap, boom, shot out of a cannon, right to the quarterback, gets the sack.
A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup.
You know, I love offensive coordinators that want to stay aggressive, and they've come up with big plays all game long. It's a big reason why they have this lead right now, and they're not backing off here in the 4th quarter. They're letting their guys go play.
Going for the big play. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays, and they've had a great day so far.
He's got him this time. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give him a first down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. The Tar Heels will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. He hurls one deep down the left side. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Fires to the wideout. It's complete. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. Timeout called by the offense. 23 seconds remaining in the game. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. He's going to pass. Pocket starts to collapse. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this.
Looking for the end zone. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
This reminds me of the guy I used to play for in college down in Gainesville, the head ball coach. He used to like to do this. He would have big leads in the fourth quarter. He was still letting his QBs throw it deep down the field.
On third down, going up top. Trying to make magic with his feet. And couldn't quite find the crevice he needed to pick up the first down. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. And here we go, final play of the game right here. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Throws to the wideout. And as the ball goes to the turf, the clock has